Hello, good evening, universe. Good evening, world. Good evening, friends and families. Here we are again at MK and Co. And tonight we are having this live stream. And please don't forget to subscribe and switch on that bell icon so that we will always notify you for new videos. So tonight I have a special guest because they are both my very good friends. We start from the top. Miss Venus Laput, and she is the international executive property officer, right? Sales officer.
Yeah. Yes.
And
Hi,
also, she
Marie.
happens to be also a kagawad in the famous San Antonio, Pasig City. All right. And
Hi, Marlene. Good evening.
yes, and
Thank you so much for having me here.
she just arrived from Dubai. And of course, my other beautiful friend, Miss Marily Lot Tolico, who was and is Mrs. Universe 2017, and now she is the chairwoman for Philippine Finest Women, or founder also, and head. And of course, she's also a chairwoman for the ASEAN Youth Organization Empowering Women, right? All right. Good evening, Lot. Say good evening to everyone.
Thank you, and I'm so thrilled again to be talking and joining you here in your very brilliant conceptualized show. My dearest MK, thank you so much. It's an honor again to be with you.
Yeah, it's my privilege to have both of you, my two great friends. All right, so guys, our topic is what makes a woman attractive and perpetually beautiful. Of course, that title or this topic was inspired by me when Lot and I were talking to each other the other night. When I say, "Hey, would you like to guest on the show on my YouTube channel?" I said, "Yes, and what shall we talk about?" And I said, "Marriage." And he said, No, that's not my topic." So she said, something about being perpetually beautiful and attractive. So here we are. So let's take it away. So they say every woman has her uniqueness, right? And every woman in her own way is beautiful. Right? No one such thing as ugly. It depends on the eyes of the beholder, how beautiful that person. What's beautiful in the Philippines might not be beautiful in Africa. What's beautiful in Africa might not be beautiful to us, right? Anyway, so they say being beautiful doesn't constitute only of that beautiful, sexy booty. It takes more than that to be beautiful and attractive. So, and they say everybody desiring to be beautiful, it's okay. But the more it's only effective when you really want to be beautiful for yourself but not over impress others. Okay, so we'll start. So I told everybody, so let's see how it is to become attractive and perpetually beautiful beside physical.
Perpetually talaga. Perpetually beautiful.
Perpetually
It's
talaga.
timeless. When you say perpetual, it's kind of
Like
divine.
ageless, timeless. Beautiful.
Yes, it's divine.
Forever beautiful.
It's
Forever,
incomparable.
forever
Beautiful,
young, di ba?
Yeah, forever beautiful. Forever 21.
So
Oh,
everyone,
but anyways, we're not plugging Forever 21 here because we're not paid to plug Forever 21. So people might be thinking about clothing and all. But yeah, perpetually beautiful.
forever young na lang.
Very intriguing.
Okay, so
When Marlene invited me for this one, I was like thinking, oh, okay, how to be attractive. So a lot of things was like going through my mind. So okay, take it away, Marlene.
because
Yeah, go ahead with your question. And
because
we'll see if
I
we can
see in
give
you,
the right
I
answer.
see in both of you the topic that suits you well, both. Okay, so everyone has a definition anyway of what's being attractive, as a woman. So tonight we'll have to tell them that it's not just physical beauty, not only from the outside. because you might be beautiful if you're insecure, then it shows in the aura and it doesn't look beautiful and it's not convincing, sometimes. Okay, so let's start off. They say what makes a woman beautiful is when she embraces love for herself and for others. So let's start with Venus.
Well, thank you so much for that, Martin. Actually, earlier today, I went through some readings and I came across to one of the articles that was written by, which I'd love to share Sana here with you. But I don't know if I can do the sharing here, but I'm just going to read that specific um, article. It goes, let me do the, okay, this article was written by Miss Emily Morrison. Um, Her topic was about what makes a woman beautiful or attractive. And she says that many women think that the key to beauty lies in the bottom of their makeup bag. Actually, there is some truth into this because I think due to the exposure of social media, beauty is so misconstrued. Like nowadays, especially the young ones, the millennials or my age or our generation has been so exposed to different type of beauty and how it should be defined, how beauty is supposed to be defined. And right now, the way that it is being advertised, it seems that beauty is packaged more so with the physical, and it's just bad. And but this is what she has to say, which I really love to read to you. She says there are a million and one reasons why women believe this. They're judged on their appearance. Pop culture and mass media support those judgments, and big business makes its money off shamelessly promoting the before and after effects of their miraculous products. But the truth is, being beautiful doesn't come from a lipstick tube, mascara wand, or a blush brush. Diba ang cute?
I love that, but
Ang cute ng definition niya.
correct.
Yes.
So I like that because I also came across a book called Manufacturers of Beauty. So we are bombarded, or we are told to how to be beautiful through those magazines and Cosmopolitan, Vogue, and all those different magazines, and especially now in media. You know that
Exactly.
beauty should be have that red lipstick or have that fuchsia screaming lipstick
That's right.
and have
But
that.
I don't wanna go very biblical on this, Martin, but I just wanna share a very a very important verse in the Bible that really talks about the truth about beauty. It says in Proverbs 31:13, charm is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. So I think for me, no, before going very deep in that, true beauty of a person is really all about having that vertical relationship with your creator first, and then you will be able to share that horizontal beauty that you have once that you are well connected.
Oh, so you want that halo of beauty? When you have you are spiritual and you are feel of that spirit of the universe or spirit of God. It really glows on that person, especially you have an honest uh, way of living and within the morals and good core values. You can all really see the beauty in a woman also. As plain as she could be, she would really have that halo. And I've said it to some of our members of our church before that they can be looking plain Jen, but there's this something about them, and that's what we're talking, that halo of goodness coming from God. Diba, when you living life within the morality, within the bounds of morality, it glows kasi there's no heavy burdens on you and there's nothing to hide. There's no burden of guilts that you didn't do it right to your partners or to other people around you, that you did something. It shows it when there are too many burdens, and especially on a woman. You can see a woman if she's full of issues in life and she cannot handle herself, and then she's not living righteously. Then you can see the aura, even the way she moves and the way she speaks, the aura of her words. It comes kung righteous ka and godly ka rin eh. That's why there's also the beauty of that kind of how do you call this, righteous woman, and that's when the natural
Yeah.
beauty and glow is in a woman. And I agree with you. So start first with from the inner,
The one truth, yeah. The real truth of real beauty.
kasi
Because
even
if you are not at peace with yourself, if you're not at peace with with one truth, I think you would always be persuaded to believe other things.
yeah,
And then that other things would lead you to, if you do not really believe in something that is really truthful. So when you are going to, like nowadays, a lot of people would even kill themselves. I have read some articles about, I, you know, teenagers who would commit suicide because somebody told them they're ugly. You know what I mean? So, but if you have that kind of, if you understand exactly where true beauty really comes and the source of it, I think with the exposure that we're having with social media now, I don't think we would really get so much affected by it when we have that common understanding that it's not just all about the physical. It's not just all about the lipstick. It's not just all about the fake mascaras. It's not all about the plastic surgeries that people can afford to change the way they look. Yung sabi nga nila, ano daw, this is what I've been hearing lately, no? Pag pangit kang pinanganak, normal
kasalanan mo
yun.
na.
Pero pag pangit ka daw pinanganak, okay pa yun. Pero pag pangit ka daw tumanda, kasalanan mo na.
Yes, correct. That's what I say. What can you say?
Kasalanan mo na.
Yeah. So, when somebody embraces love, normally love comes from on high, di ba? So,
Yeah.
nauna na tayo dun sa faith in something, faith in the truth, the real truth out there. Si God is
Yeah.
the only one that tells us
Yes.
the real truth, right? So, yung self-love, embracing love to yourself and others, how's that to you, Lot?
Yes, because the true beauty is actually reflected of the woman's or the person's soul. Regardless of the condition, regardless of how much she has this efforts of making her physically for making herself physically beautiful, it will always reflect if whatever her condition is. So what makes a woman beautiful is actually being happy with herself. Because regardless of the condition, she will be able to embrace the condition, and she will be able to blend with whatever the situation is. And she will be gracefully just act accordingly to whatever solution that she thinks that could solve the very unlikely condition. It's either to make it more happier or to make it more sadder. It's really up to her. So what makes a person beautiful is actually her soul or his soul. So it applies not just to female but also to men. So because as a woman, you are nurtured. So this is our role in the society, in our family, is so important. It hones a man to be happier, to know to know how to function well, because men are always grown up babies. So what makes a woman beautiful is really her way of,
Ay, Luna.
if she knows how to love even more, that makes her more attractive. Because all of us are beautiful. Nobody is ugly. Nobody is, beauty is always in the eyes of the beholder. So regardless of if she's wearing diamonds, or she's wearing too much makeup, or she know how to do her makeup, but it reflects her, whatever reflects her soul reflects her beauty.
Correct. So, I mean, I don't want to say makeup is doesn't help. For me, makeup, thanks to goodness, there are times
Helps,
when I
of
don't
course
look
it
so
helps.
good. And I really
Yeah.
thank that there's lipstick and there's a little bit blush on, because
Yeah.
otherwise I look so how would you go say, ruddy looking, you know. So for me, these are added enhancers. These are enhancers to make us
Enhancements,
beautiful
yes.
for the day, because there are times when, especially when you're sick or you didn't feel well, you didn't have much sleep the night, then you have those eye bags. And thank you for the concealers, because you don't
The
see my eye
concealer.
bag today.
Actually, my dearest, beauty is all about how you treat yourself, how you treat other people, how you treat your loved ones, and the way she exhibits joy and the confidence in the parts of her that makes her unique.
Correct.
That's
So,
very,
yeah,
very attractive.
agree with you. So that this self love is really important, because that which you do not have, you cannot give. So if you don't love yourself
Yes. You cannot
well,
live unless you have it.
you don't know how to love others, right? So it will be
Yeah.
extended, because you would like, that which are good for you are also very good for the others. That which that hurts you also will hurt others, you know. So then pag inexplode mo yung love and respect for yourself, then you will also extend it to others. So importante
Yeah.
yung embrace, kasi 'di ba? Have you noticed, Venus, like, even if she would be the sexiest and prettiest, but if she doesn't know how to respect people, or she doesn't have love for others, you know, then parang you don't feel like, mm, then you really, put your eyebrow up and say, feeling lang niya she's pretty. Right? Have you
So
noticed that
sabi nga
among
nila,
among
the new sexy and the new beauty is intelligence. So if you have a healthy mind, if you have a healthy brain, of course it will come out. Sabi na you cannot you can buy beauty, but you cannot buy grace and classiness. So
yes,
I think yeah, so that comes with never-ending learning, never-ending as women, I believe that we need to enhance our minds all the time. And I like what you're doing, Marlene, because I used to work for her, and um, that decades after, she's still the same person who really clamors for more learnings, and I really like it. It's a very good example of how every one of us should be aging. I don't know, Lot, if you're going to agree with me, but as we age and we become more mature, what's more important to us is how much things we have learned so far from the experiences
Yes,
we
it's
have,
true.
and
Yes, it's true.
yeah, because that would really add up a lot of grade. And I think as we mature, it's no longer the outward appearance alone that shows that you're beautiful, but the way that you have handled yourself all through the years of build up experiences. So I think yeah, that totals everything, and it legit whether that person has matured from the experiences, or whether that person has really learned something. And of course, primarily I would attribute it to spiritual growth. Number one is spiritual growth, and the rest will just follow.
yes. So I mean, it's okay
It
to
helps.
do self love, but that's different when you do that self adornment. There's some people, they
Yes.
say I love myself, but they too much adore themselves, and that becomes a little bit negative when you adore
Yes.
yourself.
Conceit is far from self love.
Yeah.
Conceit
Yeah, and actually, Miley, that's the
is,
beauty of
yes.
having that connection vertically when you
Mm.
when you know who your creator is. You would you would he's going to bless you with with all that intelligence and the wisdom on how you're going to take care of yourself. Our body is the temple of the Lord, so he's going to also inspire you what to do with yourself. So, the perks for having that vertical relationship, especially if it's really solid, is that, he's going to inspire you what to do. He's
Yeah.
going to inspire you not to be lazy, to take good care of yourself. So instead of like, when you are in mourning, for example. So sometimes when you're sad in your morning and you don't want to get up and, you don't want to take a bath and stuff like that. But when you have that vertical relationship with the Lord, He's not going to allow you to get sticky and all. So, He's going to allow you to recover quickly, and then of course take hold of your emotions, and then graduate from it easily, and then move on and just be beautiful. So that's like one of the perks when you really have that connection with him, because it's really going to inspire you what to do with yourself.
I like that. But when you really go deeper about self-loving, sometimes self-loving, it takes so much of self-awareness, and it takes so much of knowledge and spirituality, because before I thought I love myself by preventing myself from being hurt. But that's not all. So, ang self-love is full awareness of who you are, to your core values. Because if you know your core values, like I like honesty. One of the core values I like is honesty. So I don't like lies, and lies hurt me. So then I avoid people who lies, right? And then I like people who are how do you call say respectful. So people who doesn't respect me before, like, it's okay, like that. So now I try to refrain because I don't want to be hurt, right? So that's loving myself, preventing people to hurt me emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. So before, we thought hurting is just physical hurting, right? And taking care of yourself, not go understand, to protect your skin, your physicality, not to be hurt or not to be wounded. But it comes to a deeper sense. Self-loving is who you are, knowing who you are. So if you know who you are, then you will know what are the things that will trigger you positively and negatively. And then I found out that self-love is knowing what you are. What you are the things that you wear, your hats in life, and how good are you at these hats. So there are times when we do the pretense, we pretend and we're not realistic of the hats that we wear, and we pretend to be more than we are not. So yung authenticity sometimes is the one that hurts us because we pretend, so then
I
I
think
found
yeah. I
so
think everybody goes through that kind of phase. Like there are just like having four seasons in other countries. So our lives also come with four different seasons in our life. So when you're young, you want to be mature quickly. So you try to act like it, and then you try to put on all this makeup, or like try anything that would package you well and stuff like that. But then again, as you move on to another season in your life, you're going to experience the experiences that you have in your first season in your life would make or break you. So others sometimes they allow it to break them because they're having struggles in accepting who they are, because as what you have mentioned over and over again, you have to know yourself. But knowing the process of knowing yourself is, it's a lifetime process
it's
of knowing
progressive.
yourself.
That's why I said
Yes,
that I thought
yes,
loving oneself was just preventing you from pains, and like that. But there are many different
yes.
aspects you have to consider. So
I think
you,
acceptance there now it really matters. Like
so
acceptance of the people that God allowed you to meet in your lifetime, and instead of like cursing these people for hurting you and stuff like that, it would once you mature, you just say, oh, the reason why he came into my life is really to teach me to become a lot tougher than I was. So I think it's very important to look beyond what is what's showing you right at that very specific moment, and ask, what is this person bringing into my life?
correct.
So, and then you get to learn to accept it. Now, wait, I need to learn. I need to learn something. I need to be, perhaps, for example, ako, madaldal ako, I'm Cebuana, and I speak really loud. And then, when I argue with my husband, I said, oh my gosh, what did I marry this guy? Yada, yada. And then, at the end of it, I said, oh, maybe he's teaching me to be more timid. So I get to accept that person for the purpose that is not for my life. So that's what happened. So I
Yeah.
think acceptance would really make you so beautiful.
Yes, of course. So we will go also onto that, dwell on that. So self love, basically, I learned at this age that yeah, knowing who you are really, because through knowing who you are, what you are, and how good at what you do, you are able to manage yourself. So self management is important for self love, and then control, self control. You know, to be able to control what triggers you, what are the things that you allow and don't
Yeah.
allow, the acceptable and the non-acceptable, you know. So self-management, self-control is very, very important. And of course, if you know all of that, of course, then you know how to take care of yourself, right? So anything to add up to that, Miss Lot, before we proceed to the next subject?
Oh, can I already say the some ways to make a woman to make yourself more beautiful that a makeup can do? Actually, I have here some not just tips. It's according to my experiences and according to my day to day. It's ika nga, my beauty secret.
Okay, let's hear that.
But it's nothing as such a secret as say, if you just have your passion, what makes you beautiful is keeping your passion alive. When you have this passion, when you believe and when you continue to pursuing your dreams, that makes you beautiful because it inflames your confidence. It makes you more confident, and when you are confident, you can, of course, you can face people, and when you get inside the room, people will acknowledge or recognize your strength or your energy, your aura. So it's very important to have your passion, and of course
I
your
think we're
mind.
reading this article, huh? The seven, yeah, the seven things that make a woman beautiful, and
Yes,
makeup
yes,
can't do by Emily
yes,
Morrison. That's really
yes,
Yeah.
good.
yes, yes. But actually, it's no secret. But we can apply those. Yes, it's your passion. It is you have your mind, and you have to believe that your dreams and your capability. You are what you believe. So it's not just having your mind intact, but actually it's your brain must be brilliantly working. It doesn't mean that you are a mathematician or you are very you can compute in a second. But you just have to be brilliant in all the things that you you have to be wise enough. Wisdom is so important. Wisdom is so important that makes one brilliant. So what I actually want my kids and other people to be enlightened of is have that mind work wisely and have those wisdom from from up above. Because if you recognize, if you acknowledge that capability to think well, you can do well and bring out the best in everything, even to yourself and in you can bring out the best of your loved ones. So it's very important. And of course, you have to have that energy. You have to, you need to be happy, be grateful whenever you wake up in the morning. You pray, and it starts with the gratitude. Yeah, your attitude actually is your attitude, and you have to be gratifying because you cannot move forward if you wouldn't have that gratifying mind and body and soul. If you don't know how to appreciate what you have, then how
Yeah.
can you function?
Okay, so what you're meaning in a nutshell is you must be passionate towards life and toward things that
Yeah.
you you are good at, that you love.
Yes.
Okay, pero yung
Yeah.
passion talaga is passion for life,
Yes.
you know, and it starts with a passion that you love and respect, and you love what you do, so we go to that's still part of
Love survives and conquers all.
loving oneself, right? And then it exudes,
Yes, it's true.
and then you will have respect for others. It boils down to love starts with
Because you
respect.
cannot love it when you don't respect
Correct. Respecting all your
love.
needs,
Yeah.
respecting who you are,
Mm.
that mean it will be carried to respecting the others, to para yung love na extend. So let's go to the a woman who is beautiful and attractive. She smiles to the mundanes of life. What can you say to that, Venus? Are you the smiling person? Smile though your
Well,
heart is aching. Smile.
earlier I posted something on my story. It says, whatever happens, you should get up, dress up, and never give up. So I think that summarizes everything. That whatever happens when you are anchored to the Lord. Me as a Christian woman, I always attribute it to how the Lord really inspires me in the midst of everything. Like always in my testimony, that with the Lord, He's sovereign, He's in control of everything. Whatever happens to your day, all you have to do is just to be grateful and pray to Him that He is going to guide you the entire day. And then whatever happens, you understand that He allows those things to happen. And then, you just have to smile at it and say, okay, the Lord will take care of you.
So, what are your
Something like
daily
that.
taglines? Like me, my tagline today is after I have prayed to God, then it's all in His will, right? So, I always say, "Thy will be done." So that means you can smile even when it was not done for you, because you
Yeah.
said to God, "Thy
I
will
just
be
let go
done."
and let God. Yeah, I just have it in my system the full surrender, and then of course in Jeremiah 29:11, that one is like my anchor verse for my life. Like I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, the plans to prosper you, not to harm you, but to give you hope and a future. That verse has really so alive in my life that whenever I go through dark alleys in my life, yeah, it really carries me through it, and it reminds me that whatever happens now is just temporary. And yeah, I went through one of the most difficult instances in my life as well, difficult experiences. But I have seen the hands of the Lord. If you're going to just fully surrender and really recognize Him in the middle of everything, and just allow Him to really work around it. As sabi nga nila, once you have prayed about it, then you just have to step back and allow the Lord to do His job. So,
Correct. I like it. Now we are in the pandemic stage, MCQ or
yes,
whatever, ACQ, and we are still smiling and talking about how to be more attractive instead of crying, right? So yes, the smiles to the mundane of life, the things. Kasi sabi
yes,
nila, yesterday we were talking on the radio that one of the regrets of adults, of elderly people, is we worry too much, and we don't start to enjoy and smile to what the world is giving us, so sabi nila, di ba, you smile and the world smiles back at you. So but we burden ourselves with too much worries instead of living into now. After all, you've told God already what you want for the day, and that He's gonna protect you, and you want this one, and through His will. And then dapat smile na, nasabi mo na eh. So for me, if things doesn't happen the way I want to, I still can manage smile, because I know in the back of my head, and I've
somebody
testimony
has
about
extra
that if it's not the plan for the day and it's not meant to be given for the day, maybe He has better plans. And I've always got that in life.
Yeah,
I
get through
want
the
this, I
day.
want this, I
Yeah,
want
get
that
through the day.
man. And I was crying why I didn't marry that man. And then at the end, I said, thank goodness I didn't marry him. Thank goodness, God, you did not hear from Di ba? You did not listen to me, right? And so,
I
anyway.
remember saying that to a friend. I told him, are we not grateful that not all of our prayers are being answered? Because if
Correct.
he answers all of our prayers, isn't it like going to be ironic that, you're going to cry. Like, yung sinabi nilang, be careful with what you wish for because it might come true. And then
Correct.
once the right answer, so, yeah,
So
that's true.
smiling is for me having a positive mindset. So what do you think
Yeah.
of smiling? Are you the type of person who smiles even your heart is aching? Lot?
She's smiling now. We can hear you, dear.
Unmuted. You're
There's no voice.
unmuted. Unmute yourself. We don't hear you.
Lot, we cannot hear you.
You
No voice.
unmute yourself. Okay.
Are you asking me, or you're just confirming it, and you want to share it to the public? How I'm really braving with all those trials and challenges. You were with me.
Yes.
You
So
say so, my dearest friend.
so we still know how to smile, right? Because you are too polite.
Yes, so you have to smile it out, even if things get tough. You just need to move forward, and of course, you have to be authentic with your feelings as well. You need to communicate as well. You need to talk accordingly. You just don't, you have to be lip tight at times. Lip tight means you don't have to say everything. You choose your battles. So instead of really just troubling yourself with all those stuff, honestly speaking, when I just get affected when it comes to my loved ones, and when it comes to those people that I truly truly love, and when it comes to work, and when it comes to business, it's truly just given that you just need to bounce back. For me, life living is just bouncing back, and that's I believe that's the reason why I'm still here, most especially in this industry, because I'm very very grateful that of this. I consider myself young.
Yeah.
At this young age, I mean, at this young age, because not everybody has this kind of fulfillment. And I consider myself so blessed. So, regardless of those things that had happened, that had caused me so much hurting, there are always perfect, wonderful things that I have to be grateful about. So, that's more important. The
So
wonderful things are more important. And those are bigger than the obstacles. That's why that keeps me alive and smiling.
okay, good. Because me, when I'm not pretty when I don't smile. So when the mundanes of life, something I cannot handle, and I cannot promise to be nice to everyone, I go into my cave and come only out when I'm ready. So that's how. But
It's all
otherwise,
grace.
I mean, I always smile, because how could you imagine you go out and then you will be bad mood, and then the whole day you'll be bad mood. Parang, how could you face people, right, when you don't have that
That's
natural
what I love in you.
smile?
You're so good as well. You're so refined. That's why I made you our Mrs. Universe Classic when we met for the first time, because you're really beautiful. It's not just you're my friend now, but uh you're really beautiful. You have a very pleasing personality, and you know how to be graceful at all times. That's what
Wow.
makes you beautiful.
Thank you so much, so much. Anyway, so yes, I know, Venus, are you the type who stay home when you don't feel like smiling?
Um, Depends, but yeah, I think most of the time I do. I'd love to stay, and reflect on what happened to that
Yes,
day.
yes.
And if I'm not able to really control how I feel, so not to infect other people with my negativity that day, so I'd rather just stay home.
Correct. I think that's the best way. Otherwise, people will see you ugly that day. right? You will
Yes.
be
One of
looking
the
so.
ways that, yeah, but one of the ways that keep us up when at times that we don't feel like smiling is just exercise. Regardless of, we need to exercise, we need to work out to change our mood.
Correct.
That's discovered this past months, and that's why I'm so grateful. Hindi ako nag-promote, but it's really, really important to have that good health. Health is really wealth indeed, because um, for the past years in my life, I've been so feeling sick. But since I have this kind of energy, I get to plan. I'm so proud that I get to have this workout. Or I work out when I don't feel good. I just work out. It's just not really that. I don't also consider myself like weightlifting or whatever. I don't aim such like those who has this beautiful bodies, but at least to uplift my mood.
Correct.
It really helps.
Because you know why?
Yes.
When we exercise, we have we have the hormones called
Reduce
serotonin,
endorphin.
Yeah.
dopamine, and
Endorphin.
endorphins is stimulated.
Mm,
So that's why then we get
yeah.
the happy hormones back, and that's very true. So exercise. Me now,
Mm.
yeah, I exercise a little bit, and while exercising, I'm watching TikTok. Funny TikToks, funny ones.
It is also why, yes. Yes. You can exercise through those dances.
Yeah, right. And then also funny ones. I'm exercising in my machine, and then I'm watching the funny stories, and then all of the sudden it's already 30 minutes, right? And then the smile goes back. Talaga, there are times I've been last few days I've not been feeling well, and then I told my brother and my PA, let's go for a walk. I said, what? Not allowed? No, I asked the permission from the guard. We can walk. And after walking, I could smile already. My little
Yes.
anxiety and unhappiness ran away after we were able to walk around. And that was just 15 minutes walk or 20 minutes. Anyway, so
Yes.
that brings back the happy hormones. Exercise talaga. Okay, so
Yeah.
how about a woman is attractive when she's got self-confidence rooting from self-worth and self-esteem? Okay, before we go there, so before I didn't know the difference on that. Self-confidence can only be developed first, self-worth. You must know the value of who you are. If you know your value, of course you value yourself, then you'll have a self-esteem kasi alam mo na yung value mo. You are precious, right? So when you have the self-esteem already, then the confidence is there also. So of course, progressive rin yung confidence is always based on progressive knowledge and spirituality. Again, right? So what can you say to that? So how's the self-confidence? Have you seen women, or in your experience before, have you ever seen when you are insecure, parang even you look so pretty, parang you keep on pulling something, or people can just see the insecurity in you, right?
Yeah.
And if only people will video you, and you've seen yourself one time in a video, right? Say, oh my God, that's the time when I didn't feel confidence. I mean,
Awkward.
right? So
Yeah.
you might be dressed up so nicely, made your hair so perfectly, and yet if you don't dress up with that confidence, the woman doesn't become that super attractive, di ba? Makikita mo yun. Why? Di ba? So, what can you say to that, Venus?
Actually, no one can exactly 100% prepare themselves to really be confident about something. I mean, even at this stage, you've been to a lot of forums. I mean, there's always this, fidgeting feeling inside you that would make you feel a little bit awkward to certain things. But then again, as what you have mentioned, you need to understand your self-worth. You need to understand who you are. You need to be aware of who you are. Because if you are not, then I don't think you'll be able to draw confidence anywhere. So, but it's a process. It's a lifelong process of gaining that confidence. So, with my experience, you know me very well. I worked with you. I was 18 when I started working with you. So So I know how awkward it was. I was just, a young woman full of dreams. But I started to really gain that confidence after all those experiences. So somehow, the pain and the victories that I have experienced in my life had really, built that confidence inside me. And then the quest for learning more and more along the process, and validating my feelings. I think um, within that process of understanding your self worth, the most important there is self awareness, validation of how you feel, recognizing that it is okay for you to feel that way. It is okay for you to be embarrassed at times. It is okay for you to be put to shame sometimes. It is okay for you to be stupid. Because if you're not stupid, you will never learn. So I think it's really more of like acceptance of the process, the things that you have to go through in life that would really make you that confident woman you are.
That's true. You are not labeled or you're not defined by
Yeah.
your few mistakes.
Yeah. Yes.
Not unless you keep on doing it until you become an adult and become old, then really there's something
Well,
wrong
that's
with you.
insanity. The
That's
definition of
insanity.
insanity is doing things over and over again and expecting a different result. And that's totally different.
Correct, right?
So, yeah, so you have to just be self aware of what's going on with your life. And again, as what I mentioned, you can get fixed. The Lord can fix you. I mean, we have a life manual that will really teach you how to fix yourself.
And they
So
say,
whatever things you have to go through, pains you have to go through, it's okay. It's okay to be not okay. So
correct.
once you get to learn how to be okay, not to be okay, then you would, earn that confidence. Because there were several times I was exposed to, I was tasked to speak in public and or probably perhaps host a certain event. And I was so embarrassed because my mind was because I was overcame by my fear, my stage fright. And I forgot all those things I'm supposed to say. And then I ended up really embarrassing myself. But then again, right after that, looking back, I said, yeah, because I was able to accept myself. Now I have forgiven myself. And I said, it's okay to be embarrassed sometimes. You need that. You need that for your self-confidence.
So embracing your flaws, embracing your
Yes.
flaws, whether
Be
in,
okay not to be okay.
yes,
So,
but
be
it's
okay not to be
okay to be not okay, but not all the time,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it would teach you. It would teach you to be more prepared
Yeah,
next time. So
yeah.
yeah, you need
So
those things.
it's always, di ba? Ano yung saying? It's not how many times you fall, but it's how many times you get up. So
Yeah.
Yes,
embracing
dust yourself off and yeah,
and one way of yeah, being when it includes the constituents of being an attractive woman is embracing your flaws, and it's okay to be
yeah,
not okay sometimes.
yeah,
There are times when people will not really go out without makeup, or that they're not prepared to dress up the way they're dressed up because they
yes,
are afraid that they'll be defined or labeled for that day that, oh my God, she's ugly. Me, I
yes,
can go without that. Remember when my sister said, "Oh my gosh, you think you're so much confidence, you're so pretty, not even a lipstick. Feeling niyo ang gaganda niyo." Remember? Auntie told
I
you
remember
that.
that. Yeah, the two
So,
of us.
so
We
I'm
were
not
two.
defined. You should not be
We're
defined.
really confident women.
So never be defined or you think you feel insecure for those little flaws and mistakes. It's always like you will do better. You believe in progressing and be better next time. And people who are emotionally intelligent will have empathy because they also came from there. Not
Yes,
everyone was born to be perfect doing or speaking about something, right? We all
we
started
don't
how
judge.
to speak, how to walk, how to dress up, right? Later on in our lives. So, yeah. And then if those people do not respect you or they define you or label you otherwise, then these people are not emotionally intelligent because they don't have empathy, you know?
Yeah,
Nobody
meaning
can
they're
live
not there
you.
yet. No, it's not also for us to judge them, but they're not there yet.
Correct,
So because
correct,
if
correct.
they're there yet, you are of the same level.
Correct,
There's no
correct.
judgment of us.
That's true. That's true.
But I'm sorry, MK, nobody could label you without your consent. So it's up.
No, but
You're the management of the administrator and the manager of yourself. You're the master of yourself. Nobody can ever label you
yeah, you should
of
not allow anyone to
what,
label you.
what they think about you.
Yeah.
So nobody could ever do things that makes you feel bad if you won't allow them to.
Yeah, true. Because sometimes we
Yes.
are labeled with things, right? But I give you a little bit
Yeah.
teaser and a joke that I heard. Pero be careful naman because like we say, you should never be defined or labeled by how you look or how you speak or by your ranks or how you by your losses or anything. You know, si Van Sant ata yon. She said, when somebody says, you look like a horse, don't believe them the first time. The second time somebody tells you, oh, you know what? She's looking like a horse. You look like a horse. Second time, don't believe them. The third time somebody says, hey, you really look like a horse. Sabi niya, it's time to look one if there's one at your back. There's tail growing on your back. Because now everybody's saying that there are times then you have to be, be sensitive. Why is everybody talking about me, labeling me that? But anyway,
Yes, you need to.
so
You also need to consider.
so
Yeah.
again, yung how do you call this? Confidence of who you are. I mean, nobody can say like you're ugly. I will not believe them. Right? I will never believe them because I know that I'm beautiful, or if when somebody say you're stupid or you're not smart, I know that I am. So I will never believe it, you know? So that's why it's so important to that confidence, knowing who you are, kasi nobody can label you for anything. And when you have that
I
confidence,
think one of the most important element in confidence is really humility. Like you're also as as humble as you are. That you understand who you are. You're grounded. You know who you are. So part of knowing who you are is really all about humility. Because if you don't have that humility, you judge people. You won't let people in. So, but if you are going to accept that there are still a lot of things that you need to learn, and then you're teachable enough, then you're humble enough to listen and keep that stiff upper lip, and then I think you're good to go. Confidence is there.
yeah, there are a lot
Yeah.
of beautiful constructive and constructive or negative feedbacks, right? So it all depends on you how you take it. So you know
Yeah.
yourself. You know that you're not perfect really into what they're saying. So you know now you have to improve. So it should not hurt yourself. You know, right? But
Yeah.
we should not be hurt. That's when maturity comes talaga. Yung only matured people will say to themselves, maybe I really have to learn more. At saka, that's when you're being realistic eh. You know, that you know very well you're not perfect in what you are doing. So when people
Honestly,
call you on your attention, you are not this, then you better believe them a little bit, you know, or
you have
not
to consider.
unless,
Or learn. You just have to learn and learn and relearn things.
correct.
Maybe there are things that you have missed. So
That's where,
humility comes with learning.
yes,
So
that's
you
where
just have to
humility and humbleness
and be
come.
uncomplaining. As women, I think most women, we are all complaining people. And I think part of being confident and part of self-worth and self-loving is being uncomplaining women. I think, we would be able to portray more beauty, more attractiveness, and perpetual beauty when we are uncomplaining people. So I think we have to learn also how to do that step upper lip.
Okay, the next
Yeah.
topic is men actually find women very attractive with this next topic. It's being spontaneous and full of life, having that happy dispositions, smiling all the time, and with a great sense of humor. Okay, so what can you say to that? You agree with that, Marilu? A woman should have a great sense of humor and spontaneous with life or full of life.
Yes, that's why you have to be witful. I mean, you need to be witty because you cannot also fool yourself and act stupid. Act as if you're just playing being sweet and cute, that is not sexy.
Yeah.
I don't think those. I have read one of these articles this past days. I've been reviewing, and because as one of the things that makes us recreate ourselves is to somehow to somehow re-examine how to recreate ourselves, right? So you need to research more things that could could help you in some ways in this odd times, most especially. So I came across this article. Then it tells about the kinds of or the types of men, and I realized that what I'm really I'm up for the sigma male instead of the alpha male, because alpha male is most alpha this kind of men actually are wanting their women or their woman to be submissive. They want their woman to submit and they want to dominate, and they want also to what makes them happy is a woman that could follow them, that could follow them. While these Sigma men are actually those kind of men who wants their partner to really they boost the confidence of their partner uh, by considering their existence, and they're not just particular in their achievement, but they also want their partner to achieve as
Ah,
well.
so they like an
So
achiever, an assertive partner.
yes, they want a partner that could achieve with them.
Just like
Then
us, like Venus, you and me, you mean. So we should
yes,
look for a
yeah.
Sigma man. Venus.
I believe that we most alpha women, female, are can be very compatible with sigma male, because alpha male will and alpha female will always be clashing, because most of these alpha male are looking for somehow they're spontaneous, so cute and funny. Of course, it can be funny. It's a kind of boring naman in life that you're just always talking about those problems and those kinds of things that just entailing perfection. Perfection for me is being perfect at times. Yeah, it's refocusing what you can change. It allows challenge, and when you're challenged, it embraces more funny things. For example, instead of feeling bad about how things are, you just have to embrace the things that or the matters that, well, it's not perfect at all. Then just shrug it off, and that moment, during that moment, your partner will just you will just be laughing at with your partner.
Yeah.
So siguro we need to be spontaneous and fun, and then try to look at the brighter side, and then you move forward and look forward to what is really making you happy with the people around you.
Mm.
So funny is you cannot you cannot pretend, because you cannot fake funny. You cannot fake funny. When you're funny. Ako kasi, I it's really natural of me already. I don't know. I cannot pretend, and I'm just surprised by my friends and my family that they find me funny, and even my of course. Most of my loved ones find me funny and cute. I don't know. It's just
That's
you just
you.
have to.
That's natural. Meaning,
Yes,
right?
that's natural.
Okay, thank you for that. And
Easy.
Venus, you are the one that's had a lot of sense of humor. I like Venus because her sense of humor sometimes is really, really funny. She's always the how do you call someone I look forward to, like can you say something, Venus? Or if she will just blurt out something that I will just laugh about. So
Mine is more of fun. Whatever they say, I just, connect something from the word.
correct.
But yeah, I remember that. I remember that. And there was a time that I even asked myself, because I cannot. Okay, there was a moment in my life that can't even make my husband laugh. He doesn't laugh at my joke. So
Oh,
there was a time that I doubted myself. I doubted myself. I said, I am funny. I'm funny outside. Why are you not? Why don't you find me funny? So basically, the way I see it, it depends on the guy. It depends on how men would really perceive you. What's funny for them. It really depends. But this is what I have observed so far. I have my own share of good men friends. So the way I see it, what men really look for in a woman is substance. Even in your joke, you have to have that substance. I mean, you have to be able to carry out the conversation, whatever it is, whether it is funny, whatever it is, like whether it is serious, you have to be able to carry it out. And I think, yeah, I mean, especially when you're married, and I married a younger guy, and when you're married to a younger guy, they like funny stuff, and I have to admit it, I can't make him laugh. It's hard.
really? Up
My
to now?
jokes don't fit. No, my jokes don't fit with him, and but with my daughter, I just learned that my daughter and I, we have similar
Sense of humor.
similar sense of humor. And I like it. I like it that, we're funny together. And now my husband is like serving the both of us, like we're together, and then we just laugh our ass off, and, we talk about, anything under the sun, stupid or not. And then he gets to observe us. And one time I observed him. He came near us, and he was just like trying to listen. And I said, oh, there you go. You're starting. Kasi eliminated na siya, kanita na lang siya na laugh. So anyways, I told him, see, I told you, I'm funny. And then with his face, very serious, I told you I'm funny. And I said, huh? You still don't get it, I'm funny. But anyway, yeah.
So,
At the end of the day, the way I see it, yeah, in a relationship, men would always want someone very spontaneous, very, intelligent women. They go for intelligent women. And I think that's the thing that would keep a relationship alive. And I think that's what they're going to look for. They want to sit next to someone, not presumptuous, not judging, not judgmental for them, not breathing on their neck kind. So I think, yeah, when a woman is smart, I think she's funny too.
yeah, we've studied in in a lot of my friends who are psychologists and mentors and life coaches. Men says these men life coach, love coach guys, they say that it's very great attraction to men when a woman has a great sense of humor, when you can make your man laugh. And for me, I think there's really an attraction of a woman who's funny and who can make other people funny, and you like to be with them. And then when they're funny and goofy, like they become beautiful to me. When you can entertain.
Intelligent, funny.
Yeah, intelligently funny. All right. So, how about yung character? Ano ba? We're talking about character, which is so vague. What is to you a character that will attract you as a friend even? How would you
Make you
find another
attractive.
woman attractive through her character? Anong character na yon? Malu. Marilu. What is the character that you like in a woman?
Well, I want if I'm a man, I'm really offer a woman who can recreate herself. Somebody who's authentic, because there are lots of women who finds herself attractive, but doesn't really know what her capability is, or her her beauty, her real beauty. So if a woman knows her beauty and very it's not just being confident and who recognize her beauty in such a way that he could just share it to everyone that that makes her confident enough believe that she can give more. That is a very attractive person to me. A woman that is so attractive is a woman who can give herself more.
Oh yeah, can give yourself. How about you, Venus? What is to you? It's that character that will say, "Ah, this woman is. There's so much so beautiful about her because of her character."
Are we talking about attraction, opposite sex, or
No,
type?
to you also as a person, as a woman to a woman.
Since probably the opposite of me would attract me more because I don't really blend so much with women as talkative as I am. Not unless we understand each other when to speak. I mean, we have limits. But like my best friend is a very quiet person, so she's like more of a listening type. So I think opposites attract in that area. But then again, yeah, if a person really has this good spirit, then you can sense them. They have a good heart. Like they don't judge you. They just allow you to be you. And yeah, I like that. I like that as a person. It took me a very long time to be able to be that kind of person who doesn't judge. I mean, I'm always a judgmental person, and I think that was like one of the strongest weaknesses I had to overcome in myself. I'm still trying to polish that. I mean, the Lord is still polishing that in me. Because it's difficult. Like you would be losing that when when you have that kind of character in you. And I have learned from having a best friend. I'm quite opposite with my best friend, and I said, ganun talaga siguro na you attract the opposite person of you. So if you because you have to compliment. I mean, it's not just like I mean, like us, we have this common denominator. You love to talk, but we love to talk about life. That's who we are. And we also have friends who you would want to be with because they're funny. You know what I mean? And then you also have another friend who's there because they're good listeners. Like you like me around because you find me funny, and then I like you around because I love to talk to you about life. So stuff like that. So I think it depends on what you are really looking for in a person. But yeah, I mean you are supposed to link with with complement rather with another person. So whatever the character is, whatever you don't have, then you complement it with another person. So
Correct.
yeah.
Yeah. So, how about you, Malu? What is a good character aside from what did you say earlier? Uh, you were saying about the man, but we are talking about as a friend, a woman to woman. What would be a good character to
Yeah,
you?
it's applicable to both. Just like just what I have said a while ago. If a woman can give herself with no, insecurities, that makes her attractive.
Yeah.
Because give when you are insecure, if you limit yourself, that makes you unattractive. If you can give more, that means you are more, and that is
Right.
so
That's
beautiful.
so true, right? If you somebody who
Mm.
can give herself, yung
Mm.
authentically give herself, because a lot
Yes.
of people put a mask, or they just put
Yes.
50%, 60%. But if somebody who can be so transparent, that that she means well. So for me, I like a woman who's non-judgmental, a woman who's
Mm.
non-assuming, and a
Yeah.
woman for me is attractive when she's not too opinionated, especially on the negative opinions. So, and I like
Are we not all? Are we not all opinionated
yes,
as women?
but
But yeah, that's something that we're trying to
We
polish.
share our opinion,
yeah, but
but it's
then
far from opinionated.
but then they say, opinionated women, sometimes you have to be careful because sabi ni Plato, philosopher Plato says, the opinion is just a medium between truth and ignorance. So when when a person gives too much an
Yeah,
opinion,
it's
that means
true.
she doesn't
That's
know
true.
really what she's talking about. you know.
Yeah.
So from that one, I never give my say. It's my opinion. I don't want anymore. I just say, I'm just thinking. In my own
Yes.
experience and in my feelings. That's what I'm gonna say. So
Everybody
I
is
started
different.
avoiding. In my opinion, that's mean you don't know what you're talking about. So it's just your opinion. You don't know whether it's the truth or it's the non-truth. Anyway, so I like women who are talaga now I can express it. It means emotionally intelligent women who can empathize kasi hindi sila judgmental, may empathy sila. And then a person who's motivated for mind growth, for progression about themselves. And I also am attracted to friends, women friends who have communication skills, you know, like they know well how to speak their mind, and in your behavior you can see in their behavior that it matches, it's congruent to what they think, they say and do. So I like women, in other words, who means what they say and say what they mean. So I like women who are authentic, you know, yung wala
Thank you.
yung parang, is she explicit? Is
Pretentious.
she explicit or implicit? Pag explicit kasi straightforward. And I like women who are explicit, straightforward. Implicit is I don't like when I have to read between the lines. I'm thinking too much already and I don't want to think about what she meant. So and I'm the type who's very assertive who will ask, what did you mean by that?
Yes. Make it simple.
Huh? So yeah, that's the
Making it.
okay. So we like women also of this character, transparent, authentic. I think the word there is authentic and transparent, right? Honest with her dealings.
True to themselves.
Yeah.
Real.
Yung walang double meaning. I don't like talaga when there's double meaning. Parang nagpaparinig ka lang. I don't
Puso
like
ko yan,
that.
di ba? Parinig.
Yeah.
No parinig.
No
Say it.
parinig.
Vomit it.
Di ba?
Vomit the word. Girl.
I'm familiar to that.
Because otherwise they will have a wrong impression of you. And it's always important that you give the first impression by being transparent and honest and authentic in what you want to mean in what you are saying for that day.
It's
At
very
least.
important that you be able to articulate it. Say
Yeah.
it. Just say it.
Okay.
Don't be scared.
And then how about these women full of issues in life that they are not healed? There are too many past events in their childhood, in their relationship with friends, with other people, with their husband, with their boyfriends, and they always talk about the bad in people. Yung issues.
Oh, so toxic.
Yes, di
That's
ba? That's not
oh, I
attractive,
shy
right?
away.
It's not
I shy
attractive.
yes, I shy away. Most especially these past days and these past months, my mom told me that, oh, anak, you are beginning to be your character when you were small. It's shocking again because I really don't talk much. Honestly, I just talk about relevant matters. It's kind of draining my energy if I it's not relevant, and
Correct,
that
di ba?
includes Paul. If what are you talking about? You're talking about your mess. You're talking about your dirt. You wash that. Don't how do you say that? You don't wash your dirty laundry in public, yeah?
Yeah.
Just have to fix that yourself, and that makes a person, a woman, very attractive when she knows how to deal with her mess, including her mess and the people who's closest to her. So you need to. It's not about defending your loved one. It is being responsible. That's why it is very, very important when a woman is a giver and a nurturer. It's very important. That is so important. And that makes the woman so attractive to the opposite sex. Because men will always, as I have said a while ago, that they'll always be grown up babies. They want to be nurtured. And it is really, it doesn't, like me and my mom, I want my son to have a woman, to have a lady that loves him, that would nurture him till the end. That's the most rare, very rare in life. that somebody could nurture um you,
Yeah.
right? If
Yeah.
you find
So
somebody,
so
yeah,
in in a
if you find somebody who could nurture you, then you have found a gem. And yeah, you just have to fix your relationship, fix it and heal yourself. If you're being wounded, then heal it. I was being taught kasi, MK and Venus, that, when I was small, when you get hurt, you heal it. Heal it. There's no solution at all. Just heal it. And automatically, you need to heal it. So, whenever you have encountered such a condition that you are hurting, then heal it immediately. Even if it really takes a while for you to heal, but you need to heal. You need to heal. You need to prevent otherwise in hurting other people because you're hurting. Because most of the time, hurting people hurt. Yeah. So you need to heal. You need to
correct.
heal
Yeah,
first
so
before
hurt
you
people, diba? Hurt people. So let's ask
yes.
Venus, how do you heal yourself? So it's easy to say, heal yourself, forget about the issues, heal yourself. So, Venus, how did you ever heal your issues in life?
I needed Jesus.
What?
Well, at the time that I really have fully surrendered myself to Him, yeah, things totally just, I'm not saying that it disappeared, but the process is forgiveness. You have to forgive yourself and forgive other people, and then you
Yeah.
start to
You need
heal.
to forgive.
Because if you still have, the source of all the issues is unforgiveness. So, as they say, hurt people, but forgiven people forgive people. So then
Ah,
you have to
forgiven people forgive people. Okay,
forgive
so how do
people.
you forgive yourself? Like, what process do you do? Because I mean, a hurt doesn't come overnight. So how was
Yeah,
the process
um,
of healing?
full surrender. I would say it's, other people might, there are other listeners that we have here, but really, it was really through the acceptance of the Lord, the relationship that I have with the Lord, really, when I had really fully connected myself with Him and plugged myself, with Him, because I'm a very vindictive person. So at the time that I have recognized who I am and I have accepted the person that I am, I have accepted the experiences I had to go through, the experiences that I have to experience. Like the Lord had given me that strength to accept the person I was. And the people, He made me understand that those elements that came into my life are, it's really part of my journey, it's really part of my growth and the building of my spirituality. Because if you're not healed spiritually, you will never get healed. You will always be that bitter person. So once that you are able to really, the Bible is a manual of life. When you're going to immerse yourself and keep on reading the Word of the Lord, you would learn. You would learn that you don't even need to read a lot more books.
So you
Everything is there.
so
And it starts really with recognizing that we have a creator, we have a manufacturer. That's why we have a manual in life. And He is going to guide you. How, regardless of how many mistakes you're going to make in your life, which makes you, the mistakes that you've made in your life, if you're not connected to the Lord and you don't understand who you are, you're not purposely, understanding who you are, you become bitter. You become angry about everything. You shout every day. You're just enraged. And you just don't know why you're not healing. You're not healing because you don't know who you are. And at the time that I really had that, full encounter with Him, believe you me, I just said, yeah, it's true. Because once that the Lord has forgiven you, He's going to blot out all your sins, past, present, and future.
yeah.
Which means that you'd always be guided. And whatever mistakes you're gonna make in the future is just gonna keep healing you.
Yeah. So the
And
process
you're not going, yeah, the process is you just have to know who you are and be connected to that, to your manufacturer. Just go back to your manual, and that manual that we have would lead you back to, because that's what life is. Like, when a gadget is broken, you have to refer to the manual how to fix it. or you go to the service center of that manufacturer and you get it fixed. So as a person, we are manufactured beings. We have a manual, which is the Bible, and you just have to reconnect yourself. You just have to immerse yourself and read the book. And he's just going, he's just gonna fix you. You don't even make that effort to fix you, but he is going to fix you. And your heart would start to transform, and the bitterness is gonna be gone. You would be enlightened. You would be, you would be filled with the Holy Spirit wisdom, and that will convict you to do what is right. And that's when you know that you're healed,
So
because you
yeah,
really have totally
so that means yeah, you're healing yourself is having a faith, that core value of faith,
faith in the Lord
wherein
Jesus.
you're believing in that very supreme being that manufactured you or made
Yes,
you, and he
yes,
told you already this is the way to fix you. And if you have that
yes,
faith and intention to follow word by word, and yeah, I can assure you that you can be healed in that way also. And for me, I was healed from my pain. I was luckily was close with my spirituality is in the heights. It's very heightened. So I was very very spiritual at that time. I was hurt, and what I did was I busied myself. While I was spiritually high, and I know that I have to do the acceptance and I have to forgive myself. It's very important to forgive yourself first because they say empowerment comes via responsibility. You should own your pain because you own the decision of allowing somebody to be one day imperfect to cause you pain, right? So that's why you have to, yung trust mo, di ba? Sometimes it's the trust and the disrespect that that other person did to you, that it's so painful that you cannot accept it. So then you have to really do unconditional acceptance. So when you are able to accept it, it's your fault. You allowed it. You allow people to hurt you. So that's your responsibility. That's why you have to forgive. And if you are able to forgive yourself and accept that, yeah, you're partly in it, you know, and then you ask for strength and courage through that supreme being, then it does really help you. But I really like the idea of you can only forgive others if you forgive yourself, you know. So,
just
uh,
another thing there is like we're no one is an island. We live with people. You cannot not live with people. You would always be exposed to people. But what that truth in your life can do for you is it will fix you the way you respond to a situation. So the pain is not gonna, it's not going to be eliminated overnight. But I would assure you that you will get fixed, and the Lord will teach you how to behave at a specific moment, and He's going to teach you how to respond correctly.
that's
So
good.
we should be able to respond correctly. And I think it's because of our responses that we get normally hurt.
Yeah,
So, because there are situations that don't really need our aggression. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But sometimes when you are not really fixed spiritually, you're just aggressive all the time. But when you are already connected with that supreme being, and you really have already, reconciled yourself with Him, He's going to teach you. He's going to bless you with that Holy Spirit of good response. So
Yes.
that's the way I
Because,
put
yeah,
it. Good response.
true, in modern applied psychology, you said you can see the maturity of a woman or in the beauty of her character when she responds, not react. Because
Yeah.
react is reenactment of that negative thing that was given her, but instead she weighs it intelligently, rational, and emotional through the spiritual knowledge that she has, then she can get a good response. It's so hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes we react, right? Sometimes we'll just scream. But if it's your boss, how come you cannot do that, right? Somebody you respect so much and like
Because
that.
you're aware.
Yeah.
Awareness. Awareness. Awareness in the situation is really should be the constant thing in your life.
So,
Then you'll be able to
but
respond.
how come we can just do that to our family? Because they're not the one paying us, so we will not be sued, right? But we should keep that respect pa rin, di ba? No? To our family, to our partners, to our children. But sometimes we react. But yeah, that's why it takes so much maturity on the part of women. And you can see a lot of women. I know I like women who speak so soft and like my sister, she would be screaming, but she will be talking in a very nice soft voice. And I'm not that. I still have that high strung voice. How about you, Marilu? So are you healed? Do you find women who are totally healed? Because when I say women who's got full of baggage, you can see it di ba? Yung ang dami ng issue niyan. Tignan mo yung pagmumukha niyan. You can really see that she's got so much issues when she opens her mouth already. The way
When she opens her mouth, when
yeah,
she
you can
talks,
already see that she's got so much issues in life, right?
even how much she tries to conceal it, actually hear it from the tone of her voice and the words that she uses,
Yeah.
and then of course, when you heal yourself, of course you need to identify what went wrong, and you need to refocus also for you to be able to heal. Because you cannot heal unless, paano mo gagamutin? How can you heal a wound without even knowing what really caused the wound, right? So you have to identify. You have to recognize also the 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 matters that could help you heal. You need to identify the cause and the matters, the solutions.
Correct.
So that's how you heal yourself. That's why if you can remember yesterday, the other day rather, I told you about. I have decided to forgive everybody. Just I have forgiven. You can forgive people even without you telling them. But I want to broadcast the forgiveness, because I want to broadcast letting go and releasing all the blockages. Yeah, spiritually speaking, you need to do that.
Yeah.
That's what healing for me is. And I realized that there are people who did so much, so much, so much hurting and so much pain, caused me so much headache and pains that I have simply forgiven. Not had it to broadcast my forgiveness to somebody who just simply just hurt me a bit. So, since it's almost my birthday, I will broadcast that I'm forgiving everybody and releasing all the blockages.
Yeah.
I will all the blockages, all the the things, whoever and whatever that blocks me from having that happiness and inner peace. I release it all, because my gratitude is bigger than that pain.
Correct. When you are a happy
Yeah.
person, you are whole with yourself, you're happy, you're at peace with yourself, you have joy, you really forgive. You will just be able to say, but one way of, rational way of forgiving for me is I've learned that nobody is born with bad intentions. They just don't know better. And their perspectives is never my reality, nor my perspective is not the reality. So when I come to say that they don't know better, but they were not born to say, tomorrow I'm gonna make sure I hurt Malu or Marilu, and tomorrow I'm gonna hurt her. They don't wake up and say, I'm gonna hurt her like hell. I mean, people really sometimes it's just about their knowledge and understanding and their maturity emotionally. So ngayon, when somebody like is not too respectable in my way of thinking or they're different, I would just say, okay, sabi ko, yung EQ niya is a little bit not so matured, hindi pa, So,
It's not your responsibility anymore.
so
You're not responsible of her actions.
yeah, so
Yes.
then I would say to myself, like, she doesn't know better. So I know better, right? So then I can say, okay, so I just stop dealing with them because we are not at par in our decisions because we are different. So we just avoid them and we just say hi, hello, friends. That's why I have hi, hello, friends and close friend and these friends. Like Venus say, I have the intellectual friends. I have the heart-to-heart friends where we can talk all the issues of life and yet we won't be judged for what we say and do. So I heal myself that way. That I tell myself, nobody has bad intentions. They were not born to hurt me. I mean, they did not, parang sabi ko, were you born to hurt me? Maybe born to love me, yes. Pero, di ba, I don't think they were born to hurt you. You know, they just don't know better. And their perspectives is iba. And their maturity is iba, you know. So, we just have to pray for them that they will too will or we'll start being friends with them when they're a little bit maturer, when they're ready to attract us, you know. So that kind of attraction, you know, sometimes it doesn't happen because of different perspectives, and people are not so healed. That's why they're hurt, so they want to hurt. So no goodness coming out of their mind and in their mouth and in their behaviors. So there are times we'll just have to avoid them if possible. I mean, nobody's an island, but there are times when you just have to make an island away from her. Di ba, Venus?
Actually, I don't need to avoid. We don't need to avoid. I'm so sorry for it to in I believe that it works well when you attract the right people for you. I'd rather say that rather than avoid. I would rather ask and wish from heavens that I would attract the people who are right for me.
No, but there are times where we are invited, right? So now I validate. Are they worth my time? Are they worth my time? So if they're not worth my time, that's when I said not word avoidance, but I just validate whether my time and energy is worth being or giving them. You know, so that's how I, not avoidance, but I validate nowadays whether you're worth my time or not. So
Secretary will handle that, the invitation.
that's
So that
okay.
I would not
So
avoid.
so now we all agree that women with too much baggage, who have not healed too much issues in their life, they're not too attractive, right? Parang
Yeah.
you can see na, there's something, right? And some people might have a lot of, and you know, some people might be going through a lot of issues, but still she's gregarious and have a happy disposition. It attracts you, right? And you know that they're also going through, but yet they are lively and they talk positively and they don't
Yeah, you
bring
just
the
have to
problem to
choose.
you, right?
Yeah, you just have to choose. Negativity is contagious. So is positivity as well. So you just have to choose which one you want.
So now, how about women with core values? Di ba,
Or
women
about
na with virtuous principles, marami siyang good core values. Very attractive yun, di ba? Yung being,
Anything positive is very attractive. Yeah.
di ba? Especially women with positive mindset, yung progressive ang mind niya. So, one of the core values that I really, that drives me to life is progression. And I respect women who are progressive in their mind, you know, in their spirit, and in their emotion. Tapos yan, authenticity, yung significance, you know, they do things not to
they know
signify
that
themselves but to be significant of service to others. There I respect women, and women this kind are very attractive. And yung women also who has calculated risk in life, like parang daring, di ba? Daring women are also attractive. So anong other core values that you find attracted in your female friends?
principle.
Principled.
Yes, of course. When she knows what she is and what she believes, that would be for the betterment. And regardless of how she's being challenged, that's so attractive to me. That means she's a very principled woman.
So
And thing is more attractive a woman like that to a man who needs, say, a confidant. And if uh, if like me as a mother, I would love to have my son being with a woman someday who who is very principled, who knows how to take care of her family, of her tribe. Yeah, because when a woman is principled, can you imagine what tribe it is, or she can have? Yeah.
Correct. And one of the core values I'm sure Venus would like to talk about is that value of faith. Faith in a supreme being, you know, that there's somebody higher than you, and also believing in yourself. So, faith and hope is a real, true, great values also for me. How about you, Venus? I know you are.
Integrity. Integrity. Um,
Integrity.
yeah, more than anything else, integrity.
Yeah.
Definition of integrity, like doing the right thing.
Even no one is watching.
Even if even if no one is watching.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean that I think sums up a all four values of a person. You have to walk the talk,
Yeah.
not just talk the talk,
Yeah.
but you have to talk. You have to walk the talk. So
Yeah.
when you are that kind of person and you carry that integrity, I think you can magnetize everyone.
Yeah.
You
So
attract everyone to you.
so I like women who are
He's talking about Filipino Honorable Queens, MK. That's our the core value of the Filipino Honorable Queens and Universe Finest Woman is integrity. That is integrity.
yeah, and integrity always boils down to authenticity and transparency. So people who are very authentic, they are bound to have integrity because they are real, right? So yeah, I love
People
women.
with integrity is what you see is what you get.
Correct.
You
And
know,
authenticity,
they just
right?
would it.
So when you are authentic, I like women who are real, where I don't have to, ah, is she positive or negative? I don't have, but people are,
Mind games.
there are people you can just point out that they are transparent type, because they're very explicit in what they say and do. So, yeah, so how about in lastly, how about, do you like women who have their own personal style? She has her own brand and she embraces her uniqueness. Oh, ano ba yung mga brand mo? Like me, mahilig ako sa scarf. I'm known for the scarves. How about you, Venus? What are you known for? Ano yung personal na, it's you. That's very Venus.
I'm eccentric. So yeah, my style is a bit eccentric. I mean, I'm just me, so there are days that I go super classic style. There are times that I go for something a bit outdated, what do you call that? Flamboyant. There are times it depends on my mood. But yeah, I think first the people would always remember me for being really talkative and just funny. So I think I'm more of, the look plus the attitude. So
And your
yeah.
way of working, your way of leadership, there must be a brand. That's very Venus, you know, the way
Yeah.
you handle your
Um,
work and your job.
well, I am pretty known for being uh, brutally honest. Like,
I like
I
that,
just give,
brutally honest.
when people would ask me, I don't camouflage it. I just say the word. And yeah, till now, I'm that person. They always say, oh, naku, nandito siya. Patay, mga iba na sasabihin. So they always tell me, oh, you have to be a little bit guarded with your
Ayun.
words. And I'm known to be that because I don't come up much. So if you ask me about my opinion about something, I just do it.
Yeah. So you are
So
brutally
same with my
honest. Sometimes I can be
with
brutally
standards.
honest too, but I appreciate that in people. I'd rather have them they have their honesty than their fakeness. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it
But it
attracts
comes
we
with style also. I mean, there's always there's always this type of uniqueness, the way that you deliver the message. So I don't maybe camouflage it, but I say it in a way that that person that I talk to is not embarrassed. So I have that kind of peg I was pegged to be that person.
Yeah, I think it's nice that you have your own personal way of or style in your dress up, and I've noticed that it's different from me, you know, and that's you. That's very you, and it's beautiful and it fits you. I just don't like, or it doesn't attract me, women who are pretentious, trying to but the Chanel look, or it doesn't suit her, you know what I mean, Venus. We see people who will dress up and pretending to be Vogue, Chanel Vogue, but it doesn't suit
I think
them.
really comes with experiences because we're already, talking about totality. And I think the style of a person is really based on how much they have experienced in life. So depends on their exposure, depends on the kind of person they are. Because there are, like my daughter is an artist. My husband is an artist. I cannot make my husband wear suits all the time. I cannot make him wear, nice, or smart casual type. He's always like that ruggedly looking, handsome looking guy.
That's the
So that's
engineer.
his
That's the
style.
engineer look, and
That's his
the
style.
architect. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about
So I think no judgment on anyone, but I think really depends on how they understood themselves. So the way they portray themselves is really the way that they have understood themselves.
yeah?
So I think if you are going to see some awkwardness in the way they carry themselves, they portray themselves, it's really because they also have not understood themselves as well. So they're not very
See, it takes so much maturity also to dress up your own style and have
experience.
your personal
Yeah,
branding. How about you,
and own it.
Marilu? What now I'm asking you not directly. So what is Marilyn known for her way of dressing? Yung ano yung personal branding mo and style that your daughter said. That's very you, ma. When they see something hanging on a department store, they say, "Oh, mommy, this is very you. Why don't you look at this?" Because my daughter, they say, "Oh, this is you. This is you." They know already what I like and in my style and my brand. So I have that typical me. So how about you? Because me, a woman is not attractive if she's pretentious, trying to be somebody, and you can see that it's not her, you know. So and there's so many here like that, especially in the sales, right, Venus, the sales world. So
But in sales, this is the good thing about in sales because people really have something in common. Like somehow, almost everybody looks alike. Like you say, "Oh, she's in sales." Because you always see it. You always see it. They already have it. Like most people in our industry, especially in the company I belong, I worked for before and now. I'm still working with the same people actually around me. And yeah, there's this common denominator in everybody. So I think they wear themselves intelligently, so you can really see that that it radiates intelligence. So
yeah,
I like it.
for as long as it looks authentic and it suits them, and they're not trying to
Yeah,
impress other people but to feel confident about themselves, that's okay. So how about you, Lot? So personal branding, because that's very important. That's you.
Yes.
That's your
I'm known
brand.
for feminine look, a very feminine, like dress. You know that, right? And off shoulder, off shoulder. But of course, I'm just being. Sometimes most of the fashion designers and stylists, they're the ones who are designing whenever we have shoots, yeah. But when it's my personal event, or when I'm attending any kinds of events, may it be personal and business, I just prefer comfortable dresses. I mean, dress. I'm known for very feminine look,
Yeah.
very feminine.
I've
Flowers,
noticed I've
yeah.
noticed that on you. You are in the feminine side. That dresses that a little bit like. I mean, it wouldn't suit me because you're taller than me, and there's the
Mhm.
dressing that you want. Like, remember the red thing I gave you? That suits you better than me. That length is not me. I look like a
Yes.
teacher in that one. When it's below my knee, That's not me. I am above the knee a little bit. I'm above the knee or a little bit the knee if I'm just in the swimming or in the on the beach. So I have created what I'm comfortable with. So I don't anymore pretend to dress myself to something that doesn't suit me. You know what? And I
Oh,
feel
yes.
uncomfortable. So whether they like me or not, I just go dress up that way. And actually, I dress same way I go to the office, same way I go to the cocktail, except for gowns, right? But I will wear that clothes the same way I would wear it on a non-occasional place. But I wear the same. I'm very almost the same. I can wear what I'm wearing from the office, go to the cocktail, and I feel confident with that. You know, so yeah, for me, I'm not dictated by designs or brands or by the manufacturers, influencers' way of dressing. This is trending. I said trending, but it doesn't suit me. You know, because there are times people really go with the trends that really, when I say, but it doesn't suit them. But wow, I admire their confidence because I will never be the one who would really wear that one.
Go for the
And you
trend.
know that
Yes.
you have this kind of peekaboo or big or long shirted and you've got such large arms and, or go on tight something and you've got a big stomach or something. But I like women because sometimes they can carry it, you know, but I will never do that. But how they carry it, it's probably it's their brand, you know. That's them, you know. As long as you can carry it, it's okay. But I don't like people
But
who are
by the
into.
way, MK, I like to showcase our Philippine culture, and but now it has been already a fad. Yeah, the Filipiniana look.
Yeah,
You remember I told you about the Filipiniana look and this piña, the piña thing. You remember
yes, yes, yes,
the
yes.
those designs that I have discussed with you because I want to wear it anywhere I go around the world. I mean, globally, I want to showcase our culture. And then perhaps I was influenced by my mom. And with this kind of when I was small, she really made me made me wear these princess dresses. So but now I rather wear this Philippine, this Maria Clara style. I love it. I just love that kind of style,
So
and it is comfortable to me.
I think I like the word love. What you love and you know what you're comfortable, that will give you that confidence, you know, and it will exude,
Yes,
you know, because
yes,
if you wear something you're trying to be not you, you know, then it's not attractive. So it says here we must focus on what makes you different from all the rest, you know, because sometimes we dress up because it's the trend, it's the fashion, and it's because our fashion designers say wear his fashion, you know. So it's always nice. So and they say men and other women are drawn to women who knows what they want and what they wear, you know. So as long as you wear it with confidence, everything is all right. So and say what a woman ventures alone, sabi nila, you are unique. And there's more assertiveness in that. There's a beauty yung, like say, wow, she dares. But it suits her, right? And she wears it with confidence. But anyway, okay. So accepting our flaws is one of the most important thing again, and let's improve them. And then being emotionally intelligent, self-aware, you know, being having empathy, motivation, social skills, and community skills is really very attractive on a woman. It's going down. So, in closing, would you like to say something to Venus, to all the women who are listening out there? So, to you, name your topmost valuable to make a woman attractive and perpetually youthful and beautiful.
Um, yeah, to all of us, I believe that, to to remain perpetually beautiful. That means that regardless of age, you just have to forgive. Anchor yourself to Jesus, and allow Him to transform your life. Because if forgiven, for a forgiven soul, really forgives, and that would make you beautiful. An ugly soul is an unforgiving soul. So forgive and be beautiful.
Correct. Then you will have that aura, that halo, and an aura
Halo.
of light. Parang, oy, di ba? You are shiningly beautiful. How about you, Marilu? So what would you like to say? The most important thing that would make you and other women attractive and perpetually beautiful.
You attract how you feel and how you believe. And you just need to be you need to identify your cause, and when you identify your cause, you move in a way that nobody could ever dictate how you would feel and how you would act. And that is living with your cause and your principle, and that is integrity, right? And yes, we will always remember that there's always good things in everything in life, and that are more bigger than those obstacles, and that makes you more beautiful when you feel beautiful, when you feel those wonderful blessings. You need to be you need to feel that gratification within you, because that exudes the real beauty in you. And be simple. Be simple, be authentic, be real to yourself, be true to yourself, be honest to yourself. Because no one could ever can tell if you're happy or not, but you cannot fool yourself. You can fool everybody, but you cannot fool your conscience. So yes, it starts with your soul. It starts with how and what your cause is, and what is really your significance, and how you see your significance in this lifetime. That
Correct.
makes you really beautiful.
Yeah, okay. Having said all that, I love it all, and all the things that we have mentioned earlier, it boils down into a woman for me. She's attractive and perpetually beautiful when she's emotionally intelligent, because being emotionally intelligent, it encompasses self-awareness, which is self-management, self-control, and part of the self-management is taking care of yourself, meaning taking care of your well-being in your mind, in your emotions, and in your physical being. And then emotional intelligence means it's a woman who is self-actualized and self-reliant. She's actualized to her needs. Self-actualized in her biological needs, in her safety needs, in her loving needs, and in her financial needs, and in her self-esteem. And also, she is matured in her cognitive behavior, and also she's a woman who's who appreciate the art and form of the aesthetics in life. And a woman to me is very attractive and beautiful when she can have great communication skills and social skills, and also who can manage her relationship well. Because if you can manage your relationship to yourself, then you can also manage the relationship to others. And as they say, success is dependent on the quality of your relationship. Wow, thank you so much, my
Thank you
beautiful
so
friend.
much,
Thank
MK.
you so much,
And I would
Mary.
like to share
Happy
again.
birthday!
Happy
Happy birthday!
birthday!
It's almost there.
Speaking about feeling beautiful, I feel so beautiful tonight.
I know, happy. Can we sing her? Happy birthday to you.
Oh my
Happy
Happy birthday
birthday to
to
you.
you.
God.
Happy
Happy
birthday to
birthday.
you.
Happy
Happy birthday.
birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday. Happy
Happy birthday.
birthday, Marilyn Lots. Beautiful. Thank you. And
So
world,
much. Thank
universe,
you to
friends,
my
thank you for tuning in,
yes,
and we
thank
hope we'll do this
you.
Thank
again.
you so much,
Mm.
MK,
Good
for
night,
yeah.
Venus.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Thank you.
Lot.
Good night. Good night, Lot.
Stay
Nice to
beautiful,
meet you.
everybody,
Love you
and
so
stay
much,
happy. That
Alex.
makes you beautiful.